just some shit for these kids that trash their roots with. Just refuse whenever they ask to do shit.
What's happening, guys? Celtic CC here. I'm back on my donation smurf, and I got a few things to be cracking on with, like Guild Wars and stuff like that. And I managed to fill up a list quite quickly, so I thought I'd crack on with that and do another global news while I'm playing the game. So basically, the UK COVID variant, they're saying, could be more deadly. Now, we know for definite that it spreads more easily, but the fact it could be more deadly is something to take note of. When you look back at the Spanish flu, I think, killed something like 500 million people, and the first wave was actually not deadly at all. It was the second wave that was deadly. So with these new variants of COVID coming out, that's why you mustn't take it, lightly at all, which is not something I do on this channel. I recognise that COVID could be something, very serious, definitely as it mutates. That's the reason for all the lockdown stuff. Some people sort of like get annoyed with it and say, well, when it's not that deadly, then why are they putting all these lockdown things in measures? It's because of mutations. You just don't know how bad this disease could actually get. And it's saying it could be more deadly. We don't know how many variants we're going to get. We're seeing ones which are resistant to the vaccine as well. So, it's kind of like strap in for the ride, and let's see where this goes. Like, do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's just the way it goes. So, also, Trump is to go on trial for an impeachment. Good. By now I can't stand Trump. I doubt anything's going to be done about his terrible environmental record. That's what he should be getting impeached for. But whatever, if he gets some punishment for it, then, great. But I don't think it's got anything to do with his environmental record. Vaccine supplies are being cut to the EU, so to Europe. They're having trouble with supplies of the vaccine. Just the way it goes. Yeah, that's all I got on that. So, I'm not a big fan of the vaccine anyway, but obviously there's certain people in high-risk categories probably do need the vaccine. If you're young, fit and healthy, I would still say don't get the vaccine, basically. You're better off just, like, getting COVID and actually becoming immune to it. Do you know what I mean? That's just the way it goes, like, okay. So, hang on, did I lose any troops? No. Yeah, so Biden is managing to halt the Keystone XL pipeline, and he's doing a lot of good work with this. This is something that the natives were fighting hard for, so it's really good to see, like, do you know what I mean? People are complaining it's going to cost a lot of jobs, but in the long run, you got to look at the fact that a pipeline like that's quite dangerous with regards to oil spills and things like that and pollution. Canada aren't happy because the pipeline runs from Canada and it's supposed to help sort of like supplies between Canada and America, but Biden seems to be this new kind of awoken president coming in who's going to like try and get America onto this green agenda, which they need to. So fingers crossed he can push it in the right direction. Some good news, they're using oak trees in Iraqi Kurdistan to help the climate change. I've seen a video, like newly planted little saplings and stuff, and they're going to be using the oak tree, which is cool. So it'd be good to have oak trees in Iraq. Jair Bolsonaro, the Brazilian president, he has got in trouble for the Amazon rainforest. He could be facing charges in The Hague. I'm not sure where The Hague is exactly, but he could be facing charges about it, which, good. If he's been, being corrupt when it comes to the Amazon rainforest destruction, then great. That's really good news, no doubt about it. We've seen a video of a top restaurant in China. They're taking meat off the menu. All the sort of meals are, sort of like vegan based and things like that. So that's good to see that China are trying to go for the sort of like, reduce meat sort of direction. So, I've said before, like make sure you try and reduce your meat intake. It really does help the climate and it helps your health. Do you know what I mean? No doubt about that. No, it's going to be a shit one. Guild Wars. Fuck it. Done. It doesn't matter. We're winning quite heavily, I think. Let's have a look. Yeah, only 7,000. I don't even really need to be doing them, but I might as well. Want to say rest in peace to Larry King. I wasn't the biggest fan of his, but the news interviewer died. I think he was 85, something like that. I still haven't watched that. He did an interview with Corey Taylor, lead singer of Slipknot. I'm definitely going to be watching that one soon. So, rest in peace to him. I'm not sure if it was COVID. I doubt it. It was probably something else. But yeah, rest in peace with Larry King and all that. Yeah, so there's been some trouble between Taiwan and China. There's been an incursion incident, something to do with the what's it called, the air forces and stuff. China have been like releasing more planes than usual as well, so there's definitely something going on there, no doubt about it. Yeah, it's good with floating oil now. You only have to pay for that's really cool, no doubt about it. Right, what else is this now? Brazil have started a vaccination drive with regards to getting their vaccine from India, so that's cool. You know, if Brazil need it and everything, I mean, obviously, like, you know, I've said it before, I'm not the biggest fan of the vaccine, but if the countries need it, then okay, whatever. But, you know, it's coming from India, so at least they're helping the Indians out. Do you know what I mean? That's something. What else is there? Solar panels are the cheapest electricity in history. So we might see those sort of savings come down to our electricity bills, which is cool. That's something to take note of. Solar power will actually be cheaper. China have started mass testing to snuff out COVID spikes and COVID clusters. They got some problem with the like the UK variant has hit their country. So I don't know where they actually came from, the UK. It might just be it's mutated and it's the same one as the UK variant. But yeah, they've started mass testing to try and snuff it out. And there's been a lot of protesting around the world. The ones I've seen so far was Russia. There was big police crackdowns on Navalny supporters. Lots of violent clashes. The Moscow protest was quite funny. I've seen them throwing snowballs, which was quite funny. In Chile, Santiago, that's the one I used the picture of in the intro. Massive protests, anti-government protests, totally chaotic, loads of water cannons being used. Basically, the police were kind of getting sort of like bashed back and they couldn't handle it, basically. So, really big, what are they called? Protests in Chile. Also more protests in France. This was against job losses. Now, with everything going on with lockdown, obviously a lot of people are losing their jobs. I'm one of them as well. Although it wasn't because of COVID, it was because of something else. But, you know, a lot of people lost their jobs, a lot of people out of work. You know, there's someone in my residency, used to be a hairdresser and stuff like that, lost their job and everything. So France is seeing big protests. Also, I've seen Orthodox Jews clashing with police in Israel. It's quite interesting seeing Orthodox Jews clashing with police. You know, it's not something you see every day. Especially when you see them like knocking down the guardrails and stuff like that. And last but not least, some good news. 11 miners rescued after 14 days trapped underground in eastern China. So I seen a video on that. Good to see the miners, you know, getting rescued and everything. I didn't even know they'd been trapped and everything. I must have missed that one, but they've been rescued anyway. Yeah, so that's the list completed, and that's another global news done. I'll probably keep doing these just because I enjoy doing it. And yeah, okay, cheers guys.